Hey, what's up guys, it's Deathstar sitting here with some gameplay from the Evolve Big Alpha. Yes, I was thankfully a part of that. Pre-ordered the game a long time ago and got the beta keys, well, a lot of beta keys, I mean too many to actually use all of them up. Got all those little beta keys and got into the Big Alpha. But I'm sure, on PS4 of course, I'm sure a lot of you didn't get a chance to get in, and there was the few that actually got the keys, and then there was that PlayStation 2 update that fucked everything up. Just left the game very unstable, even though it was already unstable because it's an alpha. But yeah, so I got in and did some recording because I know how much you guys like to see this stuff, and I wanted to really go back and replay and relive these moments as well. So this is some gameplay from the new, of course, the hunted mode, which is the only mode in the game, and I'll be playing as Val, the medic. Now the medic's class, or at least Val's, objective or focus is more along the lines of course, being medic and then also being a sniper, which is a weird combo if you ask me. I've never heard of a sniper and medic, but I think that's what they were aiming for there. So yeah, she's equipped with a anti-material sniper rifle, which is very heavy damage. It's a single fire, bolt action, one round in the chamber type thing. So once you fire it off, you got to chamber the next round in. It's mainly for targeting, well, damaging enemies. Is only offensive capability really. But it's for damaging enemies, of course, and then it's also for targeting weak spots. The anti-material or anti-armor sniper rifle just softens up the whatever enemy you hit it with. So, of course, when you're shooting a Goliath, like I will be doing later on in this video, you'll see these little rings or circles highlighting points on them. And if another player or even myself hits those areas right there, these are actually weak points that I've just created, and therefore they will actually get 2 times the damage for any body shot that they hit that connects inside the circle. It'll also say like a direct hit or hit bonus, something like that. By the way, you do some damage, and oh yeah, you see me getting slapped around here by that Pro-Bill Sloth. Big ass bitch, as you can see. Reason I attacked him is because that little icon above his head, it means he's an elite wildlife, and take him out, you can get a little buff, like damage buffs, which can go up to like 35%, which would be fucking amazing for this rifle right here. Or faster movement. What else is there? Reload speeds and recharge ability, skill abilities. There's the fuel jet cost, the fuel to your jetpack, like it's reduced and shit like that. Some pretty good stuff there, but yeah, I decided to wave off of him and re-engage Fudgy here because that's a big bitch and you don't want to take him on solo. In fact, I don't really think you can at that range. So I was at a real disadvantage. Teammates looked like they were going to engage us, so I tried to tackle him too, and it did not turn out well. But as I was saying, the other weapon I'm also equipped with here is the Tranquilizer, which is the only other gun she has. And what it does is slow down the enemy. So, well, yeah, it slows down the enemy. I was going to say Goliath, but no, it slows down any enemy it hits. And it highlights them a yellow, as you can see. It's like a small highlight of yellow to him. It kind of like outlines it a little bit. You can see that any enemy that's highlighted like that from the Tranquilizer can be seen through walls, like you can see right here. And therefore, all my teammates can see him as well. So I like to keep nailing with that thing to keep him tranquilized because it's slowing him down, and I can tell you from first-hand experience on the other side of that it is a bitch to get tranquilized because everything just feels really sluggish. It feels like nothing's responding to you. You just kind of want to fucking throw the controller. So I like to, of course, I want to harass him. And Fudgy here presented the greatest probably problem that I've had the entire alpha, excluding bugs, of course. This is by far the best, and I must say the best Goliath fight that I've had during the alpha. Of course, there was one that was more challenges like that, but this one right here, it just felt very intense. It really felt like, I want to get this bitch, I want to get this bitch, I want to get this bitch. I was chasing them down, and I was trying to keep the teammates back inside the fight, which brings me to, of course, my next actual item there, the third of the 4 that you actually come to the map equipped with, and that is the med gun. As you can see, as I highlight another player, I'll see a stream of, looks like green piss at my enemies, and it heals them. So yeah, I have magical piston powers to my gun, and it does about like 5% in HP restoration per match, per second. And so you want to keep that on your teammates, especially if you're playing as the medic, because health can be lost very quickly. And the last thing you want to do is for you to lose a single hunter. Each hunter is vital to it, as I just said. This is the medic class. And like the only class that can heal anyone, including themselves. That being said, the med gun does not heal me. I guess you just lack the ability to turn the gun around and shoot at yourself. I don't know why. Perhaps it's for design elements. I mean, I would have went with if you aim down the sights with it, it just of course aims down the sights with the gun. You kind of just get a little slight zoom to it. I figured this is mostly useless. I'm like I'm not gonna really be aiming down the sights to try to target my other friendlies. You know, I'll just jetpack on over or jump on over and just get a little closer so I can get a lock on them. Once you get a lock on them, just hold the trigger down and it stays locked on that person until you let the trigger go, in which you can reacquire a new target. But I felt that L2 should have been a way to just point the gun at your head and pull the trigger, of course. But it wasn't that. So instead, you have which is the fourth ability, and which is more of like a mist and I don't know what the hell to call it. It's some type of healing mist. You press R1, as you see, it's recharging right now in the bottom right screen. So one on the far right. You press R1 and it instantly heals you a small percentage of your health, and it also heals any teammates that are sitting around you. So that little healing burst, as it's called, is very useful, and you want to use it at the right moment since it's on a recharge as well. So I try to target like when I'm around the vicinity of other players, even if I'm on low health or whatever reason. I want to try to get them up in a fight. But this match in particular, I stuck to the melee gun rather than using my sniper just for the entire match because I really wanted to keep the players out there and keep them up, and I didn't want them to feel like I was the weak link of the chain there. The medic is very much needed. I've played some games in which the medic was like, no, I'm just gonna snipe the entire game. I mean, he didn't sit back and snipe neither. He was like, you gotta stay active, you gotta stay on the Goliath's tail. And he was sniping and everything, but he just, we needed some healing powers every now and then, and he just was not doing that. And I didn't have my mic on because I didn't feel like fighting with the wires of the mics and having other people talk all over the game audio, so I decided to just cut my mic and mute every player in the lobby. We still worked very good as a team. I must say this is one of my best squad of squad of hunters that I had as well. These guys were really they were on point and using all their abilities. I mean, I had you've seen that the blue stream coming from the support guy there. It was really helpful. I mean, what it's supposed to do is provide you with a temporary shield. As long as he's holding it down, just like the med gun, it'll keep your shield on you and you are invulnerable to damage. Now you can still take impact from anything, such as a Goliath swings at you on an explosive goes off. You'll still go flying away just as usual, but you will also have the benefits of no damage being taken. That being said, it's very vital for support to keep that in there. And our support guy was luckily Hank, so he was calling also airstrikes, and he was damn good with those things. I mean, you'll see, if I'm not watching exactly where he's at, or where the strike is landing at, you'll see that even though he's, I'm not watching already, you see the monster's health at the top of the screen, and it is just going down, because that orbital bombardment, or that airstrike, it does a monstrous amount of damage. The only person that rivals it, I would say, is the attack class, with its either its shock mines, or its minigun or flamethrower, or even the lightning gun. They're all heavy damage weapons, but definitely that orbital bombardment is some serious shit. On the other side, we got Trapper there, who is who very much the Trapper's point, of course, is to trap the enemy. It's just to trap, pin him down, keep him in this area, and that's what it is. And luckily for our Trapper, we had Maggie, so she's running around with Daisy, which is a little, you can call it a dog right now, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna just call it a dog. You're not gonna remember Slack Dog or whatever it's called, as I'm just kind of remembering. But yeah, luckily this guy was on point too. He kept the arena domes that you see right now, that blue sphere going around, which keeps the Goliath, and kept fudging inside that circle so we could really fuck him up there. And then you see the harpoon gun as well taking action. You shoot it down the ground. Once it activates, the monster steps in the vicinity, and it snaps a cable on them. And this slows him down, I think because the movement speed like half. And it really slows him down. He has to turn around, break the chain or try to break the device that's on him. And you'll see him snap a bunch of, but our Trapper was on point. I mean, this guy, Don't Kill, as his name was actually called, Don't Kill This Guy, so I'm just going to call him, this guy. Don't Kill This Guy was really on point there. I mean, you kept the cables on him. I kept the tranquilizer on him, slow him down just a little bit more, make sure, everything was sluggish to him. Just trying to destroy that immersion of him hitting the triggers and actual responses coming in on the game. So, like I said, everybody was doing their part, so it was really, everybody was really fucking him up. The assault was even there, really doing some damage, and actually, this is one of the few times that I got to see HUD the other assaults, which is the second one that you have to unlock in combat, and he's equipped with a flamethrower. As you can see, the Goliath charging around, always on fire. He's equipped with a flamethrower, which swaps out with the lightning gun that Markup has, and then you go to open the bombardment again. That time it got a little in the way, but like I said, he was really on point with those orbital bombardments. I mean, what's his name? Mr. Yeah Man. Some comical PSN names out there. But yeah, he was really on point with that thing. He kept it right on target with the enemy, and we kept tracking him down. But yeah, so the trapper supposed to trap, the arena domes and the cables and blah blah blah. And just don't kill this guy. Then we got Napoleon Fire as Hyde, and then we got Mr. Yeah Man as Hank, which is support. Other than that, I mean, it was just, this game was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. If you see those little yellow circles pointing around, or orange circles, or red circles, and the numbers these are markers that each player is putting out there. It's like similar to Battlefield's spot system. Like I think they call it the ping system, like that. I just call it the marker system. Anyway, you click R3, at least on the PS4 or PS3. Wait, is it coming to PS3? No, it's not coming to PS3. I'm sorry. When you pick on the PS4 and you click R3, it marks the location where the cursor's at, and this will just keep, it'll ping up where the monster. If you're aiming on the monster, it'll ping him, whatever. Or you can just ping him to tell them, friendlies where to go or where you can track and stuff like that. Because we're following mostly sound and glowing footsteps. Why footsteps glow? I don't know. But yeah, so when you're sitting there hitting those pings out, it really tells everybody, hey, over here, hey, over here. So you gotta be invested not to abuse this right there. When it's red, that's because you target it on the monster, so they know, okay, that's the monster right there. Go for it. This is where he's at. Our other sign of finding him is also the monster attracted birds, as you see right there. And that's usually caused by him feeding too much. There's two versions of it. There's the monster attracted birds and the monster scared birds. And monster attracted birds is from him feeding, and usually these little carrion type things, I think they call harpies. That's the actual alien names for it. And they just circle around any kind of fresh kill. They're kind of like vultures. And you just use those to track them. They're like, okay, he was just over here feeding. It gives you a general direction. And then with Maggie's, if we had paid attention to Daisy, she would have caught scent and followed down, but it could be kind of sluggish following Daisy. And you can't really keep up with the Goliath speed, especially because it's a vertical movement. That jump ability and that climbing speed, it really does, help you bridge the distance, which is why we spent half the game tracking them. Which is why I spent a good quarter of the game spotting and tranquilizing them, trying to slow them down just a little bit more for the enemy. Try to slow him down. As well, I was trying to work towards the second medic for the game, which is Lazarus. And in order to get to the medic, or to unlock the medic, in order to unlock Lazarus, you have to complete 3 challenges with your 3 abilities, whatever. And along these lines, it was like I had to trank the monster like 50 times or something like that. Yeah, they had to trank, not get scored 50 hits, but like trank him 50 times. So you guys see that the yellow highlight. So if you've already trank, it's not going to stack on them. But I had to trank him like 50 times. I had to hit him with the sniper rifle 15 times, and I had to heal, I think it was 19,000 in damage with my healing ability. Now most of them were easy. The tranking took some time to do, which is why I spent most of this time tranking, because I wanted to make sure I get access to at least 1 game with each character, so I could at least put that out there on the channel. So yeah, that's why you see me mostly tranking rather than sniper rifling. And if I did switch to sniper rifle though, I'm pretty sure we could have mopped this up pretty early. Because I'm about to do right now, I switch up the sniper rifle, start targeting some points on him. You'll see his health drop is on the top of the middle screen, and it just drops like it just drops really. See, he's got Hyde going in there again, flamethrower. Like I said, these guys are on points. Look, you see, there it goes, just dropping. Fortunately, he was ready, ranked up and passing through on his skill, so we had to like really hammer down him before he gets to that reactor. That's just so what just happened a little while ago. I said monsters to stage 3, and what was going on there was that he had fed on enough animals to reach his ultimate phase. And what it is that stage 1 is, he's just a little baby, and you can take him. You guys can take him. I mean, it's no problem at all. I've had some pretty fast speedrun type of destroying level 1 Goliaths, because most of the alpha was fighting Goliath. I only fought 1 Kraken, and I'll upload that later on. Oh man, that was something. I had several games that I played the Kraken, but I'm not getting into that right now. But yeah, stage 1, he's just a little guy. I mean, he still can pose a threat, but he's not that much trouble, especially the way you gotta assign your perks, or at least his skills. So we don't have to worry about that. He's either gonna focus heavily into 1 skill and only be able to do that, or he's gonna spread them out, which is a smart thing to do, so he gets some flexibility to his combat. And what he needs to do is just hide mostly and feed. Once he gets stage 2, he's on an even fight with us, and he's got his abilities at a decent amount of level so that he can, he can put some hunter down, and you can actually win on stage 2. Stage 3 is when the hunters are fighting an uphill battle. Luckily, we were very aggressive, and I kept people up in the fight, as well as they were doing a shit ton of damage, as I was saying. They kept trapping them. They kept putting the damage in on them. I kept them healed. They got some shields in there. You know, we were on point, and even without communication at all. I mean, they could have been communicating. I muted them. Sorry about that, guys. But I muted them, so they could have been communicating for all I know. And you know, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna heal you, and I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna heal you. But either way, when you're fighting, you know, we were aggressive enough to fight and stay on par with Fudgy here. But he still, that level 3 Goliath is a tank. It is very much a tank. But I won't say that in a negative way. I mean, it's in a very well balanced situation right here. I mean, even with the level 3, you can still, you know, all 4 guys really, you know, strategize and team up on them without even strategizing really, just doing your part. You can still take this guy down. Fudgy, he was just really posing a threat there. And as you see, I've spent most of my time healing teammates because he was really putting the damage in as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, best Goliath fight I've had so far. I mean, this was one of the best here. Not because of the lead monster. Damn it. Now, also, one I would just go over is just very quickly, is the HUD, so that you know everything that's going on the screen. The bottom left, you've got each class, whatever, and maybe at the top is the Assault, on the left side is Support, on the right is Trapper, and at the bottom is Medic, which is my class, which is why it's highlighted gray. This also shows their health. As you can see, that the Trapper's health is a little bit close to half, so you get over there and start to help her out. Daisy's health is a little low, too. It shows their health, for one, and it shows their status, whatever, whether they're dead, they're incapped, or if they actually be controlled by a bot. In another gameplay video I'll show later on, or upload later on, you'll see that there's a directional pad button highlighted over that respective icon, and what you can do is actually swap in-game to any character. I mean, no loading screen, nothing. It just is about a 1 second black screen, and then you're in the next character. I mean, it happened so fast and nearly so seamless that it was a bit disoriented. I was like, whoa. And then I was like, okay, I swapped classes. When the final game comes out, because like I said, this is the alpha, so it is a bit unstable. But like I said, it's the alpha, so it's not even the beta. You know, so I mean, it could have qualified in the beta. It could have qualified. Now you're gonna see me run around a bit right here because, unfortunately, freaking was it Don't Kill This Guy? I believe it was. That's running the Trapper class. Yeah, Don't Kill This Guy was pinned up a bubble, and I was unfortunately outside, and the bubble blocks anyone from getting out. Anyone, teammates or enemies, and I could not get to that door right there that I was just like 2 steps away from, so I couldn't get into the fight and actually assist my teammates. My fault for trying to anticipate the monster's movement and going around. So when the bubble went up, I jumped inside and then couldn't make it inside this building right here. And then that caused me to fail to revive Don't Kill This Guy again. You know, he went down. And now you get to see the sniper rifle in action, trying to capture some higher up. Let's just say that, because I'm at a loss of words. And then you can see that the little target and reticules that's actually appearing out, and they cause it into damage. And you see, now we got him down to a quarter in health, and health does not regenerate for the monsters at all. Armor does, but health does not. Which reminds me, health. On the left side of the screen, you see there's this small little bar that's just started pulsing blue. This small little bar that's on there that's about 75% full, that is the Hunter's health. It's a bit subtle, and that's one of my only complaints with the alpha, but that's your health bar right there. And it does not regenerate, at least not without the perk that you assigned before game, which only allowed 1 perk, and I believe I went with damage reduction, because I feel like I kind of made a tissue paper here as the medic, so went with damage reduction, and oh, Fudgy's just fucking nailing me there. So yeah, that's your health bar. On the right side, you have your jetpack fuel, and once it runs out, you just cannot jetpack at all. There we go to the kid cap state. It's the only time I went down in that match. Damn you, Fudgy. But luckily, Napoleon just came right in to revive me. But yes, once the jetpack fuel is expended, you can still climb up ledges. You have to get up to a wall and just hold X over and kind of use, like, you know, think of the fuel as more like just that afterburst or a boost to it. Like, the jetpack still works, it just can't boost. And which is its general bar requirement, whatever. And then the bottom right screen, as I told you, that's where all my skills and weapons are located. Just by pressing triangle, L1, R1, or circle, you can switch to that preferred weapon. Now, at the top left screen, you'll notice there's 2 things there with a timer. There's one with a man dropping, or it could be a woman, I don't know. And there's one with a little hourglass. The hourglass, of course, you should be able to pick up when this is when the round ends. And then the little man dropping is, of course, when the next dropship comes in, and the dropship drops in a wave of players. The respawns work as in if you're not reviving players. Like Lazarus has a tool called the Lazarus device, or Lazarus tool, and what it does is revive actual players from the dead, as his name suggests. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Well, if you're dead and you can't be revived by that, then there's of course the respawn wave, which is the dropship comes in and just airdrops you back in like at the beginning of the match. Now, finally, we've got Fudgy a little cornered here. We've got the over the bomber coming in. Missed the target there, but you know, we stayed on him. Like I said, these tranks really do the trick, slowing him down and keeping him, you know, sluggish a bit, and it helps us catch up in time. And here I used the jetpack boost, and that right there actually was what cost us, you know, what not cost us, but it got us to this end game right here, because keeping him at that slow movement allowed him, you know, it didn't allow him to get away for one. Unfortunately, he did start to get away, and I tried to double back and circle around. I spent most of the time anticipating the Mouse's movements, and I got pretty good at it. It's just that a couple times here I kind of fucked up. I mean, you don't know exactly where he's going at. With sound, of course, it is very amazing. I'm not gonna lie, the directional sound in this game is pretty damn good. The last time I remember using sound this much was in an old PC game you probably don't know about, called Combat Arms. It was a free-to-play. Now I think it's just filled with hackers and modders and all that other shitty stuff. But yeah, so it's very easy to just use sound to find the enemy. And here, finally, we got Fudgy down to the last stand outside the reactor room, which he was trying to destroy, or at least take us out of. And you know, they, like I said, good teammates. They got in there, did the damage, and dropped him. Very, like I said, the best by far game I've played. Got a lot of healing done there, got a lot of skill and XP done, and of course, Fudgy, you bastard. I mean, if you're watching this video, you bastard, you are a damn good Goliath. I will say that. Damn good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video just as much as I enjoyed playing Evolve, at least the alpha. Probably not, because playing it was a lot more fun. Now, we'll have more videos from the Evolve Big Alpha, including gameplay from Lazarus, Markov, Hyde, both the support guys, Hank and Bucket, the Goliath, and even the Kraken, as well as some other things that I'll go over with the Evolve Alpha. But right here, you can catch some of my previous videos from Destiny as well, because another game I do. And, yeah, that's all. You can also catch me on Twitter. Remember, all links are in the description.